Greetings. My name is Ram Hotep, broadcasting on behalf of the number 13 SignsAstrology.com. I thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. In this particular episode, I'm going to cover some exciting events and transits that are taking place up there in the cosmos right now, or actually that are getting ready to play out in the cosmos. And these events are going to manifest here on this particular planet. Now, the first thing that's going on is that we got the full moon coming up. And it's actually a lunar eclipse. And that's going to be really exciting because what happens is that when you have a lunar eclipse, even though North America is not going to see it, and it's only going to be visible mostly in Africa and below the equator, but when you have a lunar eclipse, what happens is that it puts a shadow, kind of like a shadow, over the earth. And when you have these eclipses, on a metaphysical tip, what happens is that a portal opens and certain type of beings can come through depending on which portal's opening or how it's going to play out. So what this lunar eclipse is going to bring is it's going to bring a portal that's going to open in the Pisces constellation. And if you know anything about Pisces, because the full moon is going to be actually in Pisces, according to 13 sign astrology. So this is going to be a mystical eclipse. And metaphysically, on a metaphysical tip, these eclipses, they play out for about 2 weeks. Now you're going to get, I guess, the intense part of the energy when the portal is going to open. You're going to feel the intense part like the first couple days, which is going to be today, which is the 18th, and then tomorrow you'll feel it, and maybe even on Sunday you're going to feel the intense part. But however, the events that this full moon brings once the portal opens will continue to play out for 2 weeks. So it's going to be a very important time when it comes to spirituality, mysticism, the revealing of secrets. Pisces deals with secrets, things that are hidden. And a lot of times when you have the moon and the sun and different alignments that take place in Pisces, it seems like a lot of these secrets tend to come out. So it's going to be a good time for meditation, a good time for doing any type of rituals during this particular moon. So I suggest you definitely get on your rituals. You got the whole weekend to do money rituals and lunar rituals. But I would suggest mostly on this full moon to do more of like your third eye opening rituals, working on your Kundalini meditation. Those are the things that I would suggest with this full moon. Now, Pisces is ruled by Neptune, so it's going to be a very psychic time, and a lot of beings are going to come through. A lot of agreeable beings, but mostly on this end, it's going to be a lot of disagreeable beings coming through, because Pisces is not necessarily agreeable or disagreeable sign. It can bring agreeableness or disagreeableness, or what you would call so-called positivity or negativity, just depending on other alignments. But what's going to happen is with this full moon is that it's going to bring a lot more negative beings through this portal. So you're going to hear a lot of people are going to be practicing negative witchcraft. A lot of the advanced witches are going to be practicing negative witchcraft and things of that nature. And there's nothing wrong with negative witchcraft. I'm going to do a video on that. When I say like negative witchcraft, I'm talking about people that practice spells to kind of like hurt people and stuff like that. Myself personally, I don't see anything wrong with that. But however, I look at it like everything you do has a karmic effect. So when you're practicing that, know that it's going to come back on you. And the only time really, if you really are deep into the occult and you understand the occult, the only time you practice negative witchcraft, which even lying is a part of negative witchcraft, believe it or not. That's why Pisces tend to be liars a lot of times, because Pisces are mystics. So they're always tapping into the occult, even when they don't realize it. So, but anyway, as far as like, it's nothing wrong with practicing that. But the thing is that when it was invented, according to the occult, these rituals, these negative rituals, especially, you'll find a lot of them. And when you study voodoo and things of that nature, you'll find rituals to get your man to come back, rituals to make your man leave, just different rituals to take people's money, rituals to get people kicked out their house. They got all these kind of rituals, and they can work on victims and people that don't know they work. But however, you do that ritual on somebody that they may not know that you're doing a ritual, but they've been working their rituals, like their defensive rituals, and they've been basically working pretty much putting themselves into that aura and that bubble and that protective bubble to where nothing can penetrate them. You do a ritual on somebody like that, it's going to bounce back on you and it's going to come back twofold. So you're going to get hit doubly with whatever you put out. Those rituals were designed for basically combat and to defend oneself from an enemy. That's what those rituals was designed for by our ancestors in West Africa, Haiti, even in parts of South America. When they designed those combative rituals, it was never on an offense, because like our ancestors, they knew that they already had everything. So why are you going to go out here and hurt somebody? The only person that needs to really hurt someone or try to take someone else's stuff is a person that's already a victim already. And I can't wait till I do this video on victims, because I'm going to go more into that. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of people practicing dark magic. So you got to be really careful for that. So that's why I'm suggesting that those people that are more on a higher spiritual level, I mean, you could do the money rituals and things like that, the mundane rituals, but this moon is going to really put you into the mind of more so wanting to protect oneself and put yourself in that protective bubble and do your sacred banishing rituals and do your spiritual cleanses, things of that nature. So that's what I would suggest as far as what to do up under this full moon. Now, not only is it going to be the full moon, we're going to also have Mercury Retrograde. And this Mercury Retrograde is going to be taking place in Libra. And it could be in different constellation, different parts of your natal chart. When you start talking about Mercury Retrograde, it's very important that you look into your natal chart. Now, the Mercury Retrograde itself is going to be and according to the 13th sign, it's going to be at 10 degrees Libra. So what you want to do is that you want to find 10 degrees Libra in your natal chart. And kind of like it's designed like a number line, and you just want to find the 10th degree. And that's where Mercury Retrograde is going to start it. Now, what's going to happen with that is that when you got a full moon and a lunar eclipse and a Mercury Retrograde, a major portal's finna open. And that's what I'm warning people about. You're going to have a lot of dark entities coming through. People like that, like it's a good time to get back at somebody that did something to you. And I know you're like, why are you promoting getting back at somebody? Because I'm not religious. I don't believe in what most people believe in, like just letting things happen and turning the other cheek and becoming a victim. And that's the way of the light. That is the way of the light. But I have to teach the dark side to astrology as well, because what I'm really explaining here is that we're getting ready to go through a dark portal. So this is a time where you want to really work the dark aspects of your natal chart. But you want to be skillful when you do it, though. That's what I'm saying, because when you do it, you don't want to work the dark aspects of your natal chart to a point where you end up creating negative karma for yourself, is what I'm saying. What I mean by working the dark aspects of your natal chart is you want to work out that darkness, things that may be lying dormant in you. Like, say, for instance, you may have a problem with stealing or lying or something like that. It's a good time now to work out that problem. Like, what's going on with it? Why are you stealing? Why are you lying? Because there's a reason behind everything. So it's a good time to work dark magic on that level. But however, on the other end, you may have a problem with allowing others to steal from you and lie to you. And you're just as much as a victim as somebody that's stealing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because everything that happens to you is a direct prerequisite of your reality. You create your own reality. And this is how I live. I constantly tell myself that. So you never can be the victim. So it's a good time to alleviate yourself of victimhood with this Mercury Retrograde being in Libra. Now, a lot of relationships are going to go topsy-turvy because Libra is the sign of partnerships, relationships, and things of that nature. When you got Mercury going retrograde, it's going to cause a lot of people to have miscommunications. I wouldn't have any serious talks with my lover or my mate or anything like that during this particular transit. Any business talks, serious talks on business, just kind of let that go. It's going to be more of a time to, like I said, go within the self, to study and get your books out, because Libra deals with education and learning. And if you look at the term library, you see Libra in it. As one of my teachers always taught me. So you see the term Libra in it. So this means that Libra is an intellectual sign, a sign of thinking. So this is a time to get your mind right. If you try to go out and do things during this Mercury retrograde shift, the season, you're not going to be successful during this time, because like starting new things, what I mean by doing things, you're going to have to live your life. You're going to have to go to work every day and do what you have to do. However, I wouldn't do anything when it comes to electronics, buying a new phone, anything of that nature during this time. Like, try to really hold off on electronics. If you do have to mess around with electronics during this Mercury retrograde, get something temporary. Because what happens in Mercury retrograde is that a lot of electronics tend to want to break down during this time or whatever. So especially with a Mercury retrograde going in Libra, and communication is going to be very key too. Like really think at least 5 times before you say anything to anybody, because of the fact that you, during a Mercury retrograde like this, what can happen is that you could say something because Mercury affects the thinking. That's what happens. Like Mercury affects your mind. It's the planet of the mind. So you could say something and then be kind of like regretting what you said later on, because what's going to happen is that you may say a thing and it's going to permanently create a permanent reality for you. So like with a Mercury retrograde in Libra, what you speak is going to manifest itself a lot quicker. So this is why I started out the video telling you that you want to meditate even before, to prepare for it. During this full moon, I would do a meditation. And I have a simple meditation. I'm not telling you to try to manifest anything or to visualize anything. Just a simple meditation to get the mind right. Because if you don't get your mind right, you're not going to make it through these entities are getting ready to come to, more entities are getting ready to come to this planet via the Pleiades star constellation, especially when this portal opens. And my prediction is that a lot of these entities are going to be more malefic, more of the disagreeable type, because a lot of the communications I'm getting from the ETs is that humans really aren't ready. Like a lot of humans, the vast majority of humans aren't really ready to make the shift. So they're saying they're going to send more dark energy to the planet to kind of combat this disease called humans, because we're like a disease, like right now on the planet or whatever. Like we're not living in accordance with nature, like totally not living in accordance with it. We're not progressing. We're destroying the planet with our own mind because of the fact that we're regressing and we can't seem to get things done right. I mean, you can turn on the TV and see that on any level, so I don't have to go into that. So what's going to happen is with this Mercury retrograde, a lot of dark energy shadowing and cloaking planet. So you want to protect yourself, banish those entities, get them away from you. You want to basically replace all your negative thoughts with pure thoughts. Now, if you are in a situation where, like I said, you're a victim, or you need to go to war, it's a good time to put those spells out. You know what I'm saying? And to practice that magic so you can go to war against those entities that may be harming you. Because what happens is with a disagreeable entity, you can't fight a disagreeable entity with, I guess you could say, the higher vibrations of light. When these entities that I'm talking about, they're so dark and so low, you're going to have to go in the shadows with them to fight them. So what I mean by that is that you're going to have to really tune into the dark aspect of yourself and use that as energy and fuel to fight them. So if you have an anger problem, you're going to have to be constructive with your anger problem and use that anger and that fire to fight these entities with. Don't use the anger and let it turn in on yourself and do something destructive, because that's what most people do. They allow their dark aspect and their dark nature to destroy them. So that's why I started this video saying you got to be skillfully, like when you practice dark magic and you get into the dark aspects of astrology, that's why I really don't like teaching a lot of it. You have to be very skillful in your thoughts and how you direct your energies, because if you're not, they can come back to bite you, because everything in this universe always comes back around. Everything revolves around that circle and that cipher. So that's going to do it. Mercury retrograde starts on the 21st. It's about 3 weeks. So we got 3 weeks. It's going to be a good Mercury retrograde for those people that get your mind right now. If you prepare for it now, that's why I'm doing this video now. You get your mind right. Once the retrograde comes in, it's not going to really affect you, because you already watched this video, and then in addition to that, you've already probably did your cleanses, your meditations, your breathing techniques, and things of that nature to get yourself in order. So it's a 3-week retrograde, 10 degrees Libra. Don't know where that's going to be at in your natal chart, but for those people that are interested in that, you can shoot me an email and we can set up some type of form of a reading. I'm getting a lot of emails too from people that, I'm very busy. I'm Hotep, I have other businesses that I'm putting together. And I'm getting a lot of emails from people, just recurring emails of people asking questions that I covered on videos. And and I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but it's just like in school or whatever, like you didn't really probably watch the video. You're asking me something that you probably could have watched my videos and found out about it, or something like that, because that's why I put out the YouTube videos for free information. Now, I don't mind you emailing me. Don't mind you doing that, but don't get upset if you get a kind of like a short reply or something like that, because I put this stuff out on videos. So, you know what I'm saying? You can go look at the video and get your questions answered on that level. A lot of people are just, they just want to talk to someone. I understand that it's a very dark path. A lot of times walking this path, a lot of times you're by yourself. There's really no one to talk to get your questions answered. And I want to have sympathy for you, but you didn't go through my initiation. See, like in my initiation, nobody came to me to tell me anything. I raised myself up. See, a lot of people, they get raised. They, somebody gives them a hand, and they get raised, what I'm saying, pretty much from someone else. And I had help and support from people, but I'm saying nobody came on hands on to tell me certain things, like about how to function as a king or how to function as a master and how to function within the levels of sovereignty and different things. I had to learn on my own. So, and a lot of times you ask a person a question and they're not going to tell you everything, because it's human nature. Like, I mean, like a lot of people, they want to feel like they have something over on you, so they're not going to tell you everything. So what you can ask a question and get a little information, but I try to promote you guys researching things on your own. Don't take my word for it. Check it out. Like this video and this channel in general is really designed to get you to think, so you can go and do more research. This channel is never designed to be like, I'm not a guru or somebody that's going to answer all your questions like the Wizard of Oz, and you come to me to, to pretty much get all your questions and your life problems answered. It doesn't work like that, because that's going to keep you on a certain level as far as your chakras are concerned. Like, that's religion, so that's going to keep you below the navel, because you're looking up. You're going to be looking up to someone else for questions and things like that. So I understand you want to get your questions answered. There's a lot of new people that come to this channel that just started studying metaphysics. So that's why I'm saying you can still shoot me the emails and I'll still answer you guys' question. But I'm just saying, just think about it before you do it. Maybe go watch some of the videos, because a lot of people, they'll just watch one of my videos and they just start emailing me or whatever. So just think about it, guys. Hope you enjoy your Mercury Retrograde. Hope you enjoy your Lunar Eclipse and your full moon. Remember, these energies are going to be playing out for the next 2 weeks. It's time for the mystics and the spiritual gurus to really tap within self and learn who you are, because you have to walk this journey alone. Nobody's going to walk it with you. That's the thing about a spiritual journey, is it's not really a group thing. This is not religion. Religion is a group thing. And that's what a lot of people, they get mixed up with religion. They watch this channel and they think about religion, like automatically, are you not supposed to be doing this? Or like, even a lot of the questions, you can tell that people ask me, they're religious based questions, because they're saying, are we supposed to, or is it, is it good to, nobody can dictate what you can or can't do. You have free will, beloved. Just know that you are responsible for what you do. So that's why when you hear me get on this channel, I may talk about certain things that may seem like I'm beating up on somebody or being religious, and I might seem like I'm calling someone a sinner or something like that. But don't get it twisted. This isn't religion. This is self-improvement to help you to make better decisions in life and on your journey. So I hope that helped. For more enlightening information, I ask that you visit my website. And until we meet again, I'm going to leave you all in peace, love, and light. Namaste.